Welcome back, gals and ghouls, for week 3 of Halloween, as I take yet another look at some very cool and ghastly ghouly gaggle of Halloween toys and candy containers. And I've got quite a ghostly assortment of things from the past to take a look at this time, so let's check out this ghastly gaggle of Halloween goodies that I've got to check out from years past. So first off, we have this ghastly pencil topper with this hideous old hag witch. won't you take some candy from me? And boy, that's quite a crazy visage on her. You can see her teeth are all messed up, and she has real hair, little rubber, and the blue around her eyes, and the witch's hat. And I believe that this old hag is from the 70s or 60s. This is actually quite a pretty old little Halloween pencil topper. And what good would a pencil topper be without a Halloween pencil? Now how cool or how ghoul is this? Now this is probably from the late 80s or the early 90s and reminds me of some of the ones that I used to use in school with the metallic foil. And you have this skeleton on the front here, and it says Happy Halloween. And you can see this skeleton all around the sides, greeting you a night filled with tricks and treats. So this is very ghoul indeed. You don't see very many of these Halloween or holiday themed pencils anymore. They're very hard to come by. And now this, I once thought that this was a pencil topper, but this guy is actually a skeleton straw holder. See, he's got a hole in his head. And his arms move around, and I think he glows in the dark, but I've never tested it. No, it doesn't look like that he glows in the dark, but he's certainly spooky enough as it is, with his rib cage showing, and he's got quite a big grin on his face, so he's out for a good night on the town to haunt things up. And then one of my favorite things here, these are probably some of his friends, and this does glow in the dark. Unfortunately, I can't get that to scare up a good shot on the camera. And these are these two crazy skeletons in a spaceship with a Halloween Express. So apparently they've come back from the dead and they've stolen a rocket ship, and it says Trick or Treat on the back. And they've decided that they're going to blast off to Planet Halloween or something. Skeletons have gone crazy. They've stolen a rocket ship to go to the moon or something, and they've got this great purple and black design. So apparently it was NASA had some Halloween painted rocket ships ready to go. And the neat thing about this, let's see how much of a mess these two crazy idiots make. You push down on the front like this, and 3, 2, 1, blast off! And they shoot off and hopefully make it to their destination of Planet All Hallows Eve or Planet Halloween or whatever crazy destination these two loons have in mind. And then this is one of my favorite little Halloween goodies that I have here. Unfortunately, I don't have the batteries to get it working, but this is an old, probably late 80s Halloween pin, and it's really neat because it has two red eyes on this devilish Dracula. And he has the one side of his face almost looks like a zombie half, and he's got this monocle and a classic Count Dracula face. And it has a little switch on the back and even a little speaker, so I think it would have made sound effects while the lights lit up. So if I can get some batteries in this and get old Drac revived and get some new blood in him, I'll make sure to post a quick little video showing him working. I think this is one of the neatest things that I've ever come across. Very ghoul for Halloween. And then, of course, what would Halloween be without some vintage candy and candy containers, as always? And we have two vintage Pez containers here. And yeah, we have a crazy old witch. Double boil and trouble. And it looks like we have Scareglows, one of his distant relatives, Count Pezula. And he's got a nice black cape, and he's missing a tooth there. He probably had a bit too much candy. And he's got a mean grin on his face and some nice, spooky-looking eyes. He's rather spooky. It's a shame he doesn't glow in the dark. And of course, they extend all the way up like so because they're Pez. So these would have been from probably the mid to early 90s. Yeah! So that scares up, quite a few good surprises here. And then my very favorite thing of all, and you really can't ever find the candies anymore, but I have quite a few of these containers, and I'm sure all of you remember Mr. Bones from the 80s. And now he was actually from the 70s and the 80s, and what it is these are little coffin candy containers, and it was a little puzzle candy that came inside of it, and then you could put all the pieces together and you could make a skeleton and have him rise from the grave. Let's take a look at one of the coffins here. I don't know how well that'll show up. Let's see, maybe the yellow one will spook up a better shot here. And then you can see it says Mr. Bones on the coffin, and there's even a little place you can put it on a necklace, I suppose, or hang it up wherever you wanted. And then these were made by Fleer, the company that made trading cards and everything. You really can't see, but it says on the back Fleer, and I believe a year of when they were produced. And then you would open this up, and there'd be a little candy skeleton. All of his bones would be in there, and then you'd have to put them together, and then you could eat them if you want to, but you wouldn't want to eat any of these now, even though they're still making them, even to this day, newer ones of the Mr. Bones. And some of these are neat because they still have the price tags on it. Like this one's from Heritage's, which was a store near where I grew up. So it's neat to see those old spooky price tags on there. And oh, look, you can even see a little picture here. I didn't know that. I don't know how well that'll show up, but there's a picture embossed on the inside. It's so hard to see. I'm going to see if I can get a good angle here. And you can kind of see, it gives you a diagram of what Mr. Bones is supposed to look like when you put them together. That's really neat. I never knew that. But these are one of my favorite Halloween things, and I remember seeing these at plenty of stores, and I used to buy all of these. Yeah, there's another good one with him in the red. I don't know if you'll be able to see or not. And they used to see all types of different candies in all these different containers and things like that. And they're just really interesting, and they're really neat. And you can just imagine the lid. And like Count Dracula, Mr. Bones rising from the dead on All Hallows Eve. So these are really cool and very ghoulish candy containers, and they're very cool. So let's put those back there. Alright, ghouls and goblins, I hope you enjoyed taking a look this week at all these ghoulish, retro, vintage Halloween toys and candy containers, and make sure to tune in next week for week 4 of Halloween! Ha 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 ha!
Hey guys, if you liked the video that you just watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can follow me at Facebook at King of Retro or Twitter at #8ByteBrian. See you next time!